The first movie I remember seeing, I remember very vividly, is The Blob with Steve McQueen, and I saw it when I was 4 years old. And I don't know what my parents were doing or friends of the family who took me to see The Blob at 4 years old, which is incredibly emotionally irresponsible. But I remember being in the theater, seeing especially the red substance coming from the toilet up. And so from that point on, so I'm almost 42 now, so from 4 to 42, I've had a problem sitting on toilets. It scared the bejesus out of me as a kid. And funny enough, I found out later that I was named after Josh, it not being a biblical reference, but that Josh, I was named after Steve McQueen in Wanted Dead or Alive. So then I had this, this extra connection with Steve McQueen in The Blob and then Wanted Dead or Alive. But yeah, that's the first movie I remember seeing, and it had a deep, deep impact on me, which I think is one of the reasons why I decided to do what I do, because I needed to have a deep impact on somebody else. I had never done anything on film before the Goonies. And auditioning for the Goonies, which I did 6 times, 2 of which Spielberg was there, but I didn't recognize him because I didn't know who, I didn't know what he looked like. He was, Oz at that point for me. I had been through probably 250, 300 auditions at that point. I had been told I was green a lot. I'd heard the confession of Dan White, and a very revealing thing for me was he kept saying, this was an hour and a half after he killed Harvey Milk, and Mayor Moscone, George Moscone, his fingertips were very hot. He remembers from one shooting to the other, from walking across the city hall, from Moscone's office to Harvey's office, that his fingertips were hot. And I thought that was an interesting thing. Somebody came up to me during the Milk premiere and said, I know W's seen it. I know George has seen the movie. And I was like, really? And I didn't ask who it was, and then the guy kind of disappeared, and I couldn't validate the fact that he had seen it. But I started telling that story, and then when people had asked me to validate it, I couldn't. And then Oliver ran into, I think I can say this, Oliver ran into Clinton in China. And Clinton told Oliver that he had loaned George W. Bush his DVD version of W. And that's when he saw it. So I know W saw it for sure. I did ask Oliver what Clinton had said that George had said. And he said he liked it very much. He thought there were sad moments. Yeah, Woody Allen saw W, and Woody Allen, he sent me an email that I have framed now that was basically like, I don't know if you remembered me, I don't know if you remember me from Melinda, I was the director, which I thought was funny. Oh, I play Woody Allen, no. I play a failed writer, I play Woody Allen. But I told him, I said, I'm not gonna make that mistake and try and play you, but it's funny how he gets you to do, is I don't get Woody at all, and I think that's why we get along so well. So I go, yeah, okay, I'll do it. And my first suggestion that he be in a wheelchair, and I wrote a 3-page email to him of why I thought he should I have quadriparesis or some kind of ambulatory ailment, and his response to me was no. I can hear him now. You want to change the dialogue? You can change the dialogue if you want, whatever makes you feel most comfortable. And I'd go, okay, and then I'd start to change the dialogue, and he goes, but that's not the dialogue. So it's crazy, which I enjoyed. I enjoyed the insanity of it, but it is insane nonetheless. Is it harder to die, or is it harder to kill somebody as an actor? I don't like killing as an actor. When I shot Sean's character in Milk, there was a lot of joking going on at the moment because we couldn't deal with the intensity of it. I would much rather be the person dying than to be the person killing. I had to confront the guy who was writing me, saying that he heard that I had really shot the dog in No Country and I had really shot the dog in American Gangster. And it was the first time that it dawned on me that I had killed 2 dogs in 2 movies back to back. I would never kill that dog. He was a great dog. His name was Scooby. He was a sweet dog. He was a very good actor. He's not acting anymore, he retired. If I did a scene standing up for years and years and years, and not on stage, but in movies, where when I would do a scene standing up, I'd have to extend my legs so hard because my knees would be shaking so much. I even felt it recently. I went and presented at the Golden Globes, and I had to straighten my legs kind of because my knees were shaking. I still get very nervous in front of people. Maybe that's why I keep doing it. If one day I'm not nervous, then I'll probably quit.